to know that I have that in my repertoire, it's very helpful, like exploring the things that I didn't know were there that are there, which is a whole lot of fun.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another session where we sit down and have a chat with one of our acting showreel clients to delve deep on reviewing their work and also hearing how they went on the journey through the entire process. Today, we have with us Robert. Before we jump into that session, let's watch Robert's park scene and then we'll meet up with Robert for an interview. Robert, welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to have you joining us here on the show for episode 4. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So tell everyone a little bit about yourself, how long you've been acting, and what a bit of your background is before we delve into your experience with us, and then also as we delve into your park scene that we did.
Started to get properly into acting beginning of last year, even though I've only been part of 10 projects so far, but they've all been different and very interesting to be a part of the acting network and community in Perth.
What was it like when you received your showreel and you managed to sit down and see you on screen? What was that like?
Yeah, it was very intriguing because being able to deliver on multiple aspects of each character just really helps build me as a person as well as my acting career.
The dramatic piece that you've actually provided for the playground park scene, to us that felt so powerful.
So powerful.
And it was actually very touching, to be honest. The emotions and what the emotions evoke, what we believe in terms of seeing such a performance is seeing it through the eyes of the audience. What would they feel? What would they see when they see something like that?
It was sort of like being able to see yourself in sort of like a third person.
To us, there was a lot of interpretations, and it was a really beautiful scene.
Yeah, it was really interesting around all the interpretations because, you know, when we showed the editor and then we showed someone else in the office and everyone kind of had their different take on the backstory that character had and what led him there and what his future was. And it really reminded us that storytelling is such an open-ended medium, but yet one that was very projected from one's own life and one's own experience, and people relate to it in a very personal way. What about you, Robert? When we were there shooting that scene, I don't know if you can remember, it started raining and it was pelting down with rain, and we were like, oh, we've just got to shoot this thing. And that actually ended up adding quite a lot of emotion to the scene. It ended up being quite visually beautiful with that. So what was your experience like in connecting to those emotions and acting that in the space? And then also then watching that back What was that like?
It sort of helped get into character a lot more, or a bit more easier. Sort of pulled it from the past experience, but also from previous classes with you. It helps you be able to push past the limits and explore new characters along the way.
What was it like for you as an aspiring actor to know that you were taking your own career into your own hands and building a showreel to use as a marketing tool to brand yourself and to secure more work moving forward? Because a lot of the other clients that we've worked with, there's been a lot of talk around that, around them, seeing it as a marketing tool, as an asset that they can use, to then progress and get more work from that.
Well, having a professional showreel really does help, especially for what people are trying to find, because showreel can give different ideas and different perspectives.
And that's really our role, that's how we see our role in many ways, is to help present you to the market in the most professional and competent way. And that's something that we take very, very seriously, a role that we take very, very seriously from our part.
To know that I have that in my repertoire, it's just very helpful, like exploring the things that I didn't know were there, that are there. To be able to understand yourself and what limits you have and what other things you can explore within yourself in the acting and in the real world.
Robert, thank you so much for joining us today and sitting down, having a bit of a chat. It's been absolutely wonderful to see you again, and we're glad to see that you're well. We wish you all the best in the future with your projects moving forward.
You too.